everyone, this is the Bearded Xeno. In this video I'm going to talk about something a little controversial. As you see by the title, it's why the Dark Knight ending sucks. And this is just something that's grown on me over the years, and I just want to explain what the fuck I'm talking about before you drop some comments down there and start hating on me. I just want to go ahead and say I fucking love The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight, to me, is one of the greatest movie sequels of all time. You know, of the likes of Terminator 2 or Aliens, Empire Strikes Back. I think it's that good. I think you put it in, easily put it in the top 5 sequels of all time because it's that fucking good. But there is one major flaw with the movie. And it's really like the last 20 minutes. More specifically, after the hospital explosion, the movie kind of dies. And it just, I have the films right here, and you got the Dark Knight on Blu-ray, and I have the entire Dark Knight trilogy on Blu-ray right here. Just prove that I do indeed like these movies. But I will say that Rises, every time I watch it, I like it less and less. I love the movie when I first saw it, but, that's another topic for another day. For this video, we're solely talking about the Dark Knight. And well, more specifically, its ending. Like I said, I totally love the film as a whole. And I think it's one of the greatest sequels of all time. But that ending is a mess. And it's pretty bad. Honestly, most of the times when I'm watching The Dark Knight, I cut it off after the hospital explosion because I'm completely I'm enthralled the entire time. But after the hospital blows up, the movie just kind of... So, let me explain what's wrong here. And, first off, it just feels rushed. It doesn't feel like this is the ending they had planned. And it is, so that's kind of weird. I also noticed in a lot of Christopher Nolan movies, he doesn't really know how to write an ending. He can write a great story going up through that, but endings usually are a bit lacking in his movies. The only one I think that really nailed it was Inception. I think Inception, that movie is perfect. 10 out of 10, front to back, nothing is wrong with that movie. But, really and truly, after the hospital explodes, it focuses more on Two-Face and his journey, but he really only gets about 15 minutes to do that journey. And that's just not simply enough. It feels rushed, and it also feels out of character for him to just immediately be like, I'm crazy, you can't rage, yeah, I know that's Two-Face's character, but it's just too quick. It's too quick of a turnaround. It really is. And I don't think the film should have ended on Two-Face. First off, I think the film really should have ended on the Joker, because it was his movie. He was on all the posters and everything. And just think of how much better it would have been if Two-Face was a seed laid in the Dark Knight, and it was grown in the sequel. Let's just say Dark Knight Rises. We'll still say the sequel's called Dark Knight Rises, but we'll say it's starring Two-Face, which I'll do a whole other video on that topic. But moving on, I think the killing of Two-Face is completely and utterly wrong. It was the wrong move to do there, because you could have had an entire movie based around him. Such an interesting character with such a great story that is laid out throughout The Dark Knight. And it just feels like they felt that, we've got the Harvey Dent in this movie, we're building up. Well, we have to show Two-Face, and we have to kill him because, hey, he's in this movie, people are expecting Two-Face, so we gotta show Two-Face. And I don't think that was the right move. I don't. I think if you end the movie, or at least end Two-Face's story arc, with the Joker smuggling him out of the hospital, out of police custody, into a remote hideout where he can stew on his emotions, where he can remorse Rachel a lot more, just basically be in his own madhouse thinking, Batman and Gordon, this is all their fault. It's all their fault. Oh, I'm going to get them. I'm going to have this elaborate plan. it's too quick of a move for him in the movie because really he's just in a hospital bed, and sure he has time to think about it then, but it's just far too quick. And I feel that they wasted Two-Face as a character. Harvey Dent was fantastic in that movie. And I think that's why it's such a letdown when we actually do see Two-Face, because it's really short. And it's just a complete letdown to the character. And the other real thing that I think is a major problem is just, the climax with the Joker. I felt that could have been done better. And the real, like the whole plot device is how he finds the Joker and everything is the cell phone sonar vision. And part has never set well with me. For the first time I watched it, back in 2008 in the theaters. I watched it 3 times in theaters, by the way. That's how fucking much I love this movie. That whole sonar scene where, he walks in, there's all the little screens, and no. That just feels wrong. It feels so wrong. It doesn't feel like it belongs there. And, it feels like Batman's cheating. And I don't think Batman would ever cheat. It just, I don't know. It just does not sit right with me. And every time I see it, I get a sour taste in my mouth. And all this shit happens after the hospital explosions. That's usually why I cut it off there, because I'm like, movie is whole for me. I'm good. We're done. But really and truly, I do love the ferry scene. I think that is a neat idea. I think they executed it very well. But what they intercut with that, I don't like. It's the whole SWAT scene. And what really, grinds my gears about that is that the police force, they are working with Batman. It's seen that they work with Batman. And Gordon definitely works with Batman, and it's his unit going in there. So Gordon would definitely have more of an instinct to work with Batman, and he's never had a reason not to trust him. So why wouldn't he just let Batman go in and scope it out? His haste for Harvey Dent is like, we have to save Dent. I have to save Dent. That just feels completely out of character for him. To me, Gordon's always calm and cool-headed. And I get that, Harvey Dent, if he goes out, then all these prisoners go out and everything, but Gordon really loses his shit there. And he doesn't trust the one man that he knows he can, Batman. And it's so out of character. And every time I watch that, ever since the first time, I'm like, what? And the whole fight scene with the SWAT, it's cool, it's choreographed really cool, but it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense to me. All those snipers up on the roof, they would see the duct tape on their hands. It's shiny, it's silver, they would notice. Sure, it's across the street in another skyscraper, but they would still be able to notice. These are trained snipers. They'll be able to see it. Trust me. So, I really think that you could have kept the whole ferry scene, because that's a nice scene. There are some great character moments, especially with the one big prisoner. You give it to me, say I took it by force, and I'll do what you should have did 10 minutes ago, and he throws it out the window. That is a fucking awesome character moment. That's why I don't want to say just, cut the whole entire ending out of the film, because that is an awesome moment. When you have, the good people on one ferry, all the prisoners on the other, the banter between both sides, that's awesome. I really love that. I love that idea. I love the way they executed it, but they really should have come up with a better way for Batman to find Joker in his nest and, have a better fight with the Joker. Because the fight that he has with him is just like really, really shaky cam. The only time you ever really see the Joker diving at him is in the sonar vision, and he's like, ah! So, I don't like that whole fight. It feels, it feels fast and forced. It's like, oh, we gotta wrap this up, we gotta wrap this up, we gotta wrap this up, we gotta wrap this up. Sure, the movie's long, but you shouldn't use that as an excuse to fuck up your ending. But, I feel like what you could easily do, cut all the Dent stuff out because, that's unnecessary, especially the last part when he takes Gordon's son hostage. That's just completely unnecessary. I feel like that, if this series ever did jump the shark, that's it. And I say, at the hospital scene, the Joker takes Two-Face off to an undisclosed location for him to stew on his emotions, for him to heal up, become strong, so he can go and take Batman on his own. The Joker knows that he's about to get caught. He knows that he's at the end of his leash. And he wants to ride the wave out as far as he can and just confront Batman. Maybe he kills him, maybe he doesn't. But he had fun and he created a monster in the meantime out of somebody who was good, a White Knight. He made the best of them fall. His mission was accomplished. So really, the Joker could go away to jail. He could go to Arkham. So I think what you do, you have that. He takes him to an undisclosed location, all that good stuff. I mean, you don't even have to show it, just allude to it, and have the bomb threats, get shown up for the bridges and the tunnels and all that stuff. That works as well. Have the ferries. But then have Joker, and we can still go on the skyscraper if you want to, but Batman needs to find an alternate way to find him. I mean, he's fucking Batman. He can, he doesn't need the assistance of, cellular phone sonar. I think he can find the Joker, just pretty easily. And, maybe just have the Joker just, show his position, just announce his presence, like, I'm here, try and stop me, bats, That would totally be in character with the Joker, because the Joker is so arrogant that, and he wants to put up a show. So if he can distract Batman, keep him busy, blow up those people, it's a double win, because he's already created the monster of Two-Face. So, I really do think that if you cut out all the Two-Face stuff, cut out the whole sonar shit, because that, I don't like that. Find Batman an alternate way to get the Joker. I say just have the Joker announce his presence, that works. Keep the fairy stuff in. Have Batman apprehend the Joker. And, I mean, you could even still pin the Harvey Dent's death on Batman because Harvey Dent's missing. And it would be easier to say, oh, the Joker killed him, we can't find his body, so, we'll just declare him dead, and, it's an unfortunate loss. The prisoners don't go out, and, it's a lie, but still, you pin it on the Joker. Just do it like that. Or, you could pin it on Batman and say that Batman killed him or some shit like that. I don't know. You could still do that. But I don't think you should actually kill off Harvey Dent. I think he would have been a crucial character, and he should have been the main villain in the third movie. Yeah, I love Bane. I love Tom Hardy's interpretation of Bane, but Bane doesn't really have any right of being in the Christopher Nolan universe. It just feels out of place. They had to neuter the character to get him in there, and it's a bit jarring to go from, Ra's al Ghul, who is a martial art master. I know somebody's going to correct me and say Raish, but it's Ra's al Ghul in the movie, so that's what I'm saying. And, go to the Joker, who's very realistic, and Two-Face, which is very realistic. I mean, those two characters could absolutely exist. 3 characters could absolutely exist in the real world. And Scarecrow, I forgot Scarecrow. Scarecrow is just a doctor who injects hallucinogens in your face. So, all 4 of those characters are realistic. Bane, he is very hard to interpret, and I just feel that his character doesn't mesh well with the Nolan universe. But, like I said, take Two-Face's death out of the movie. Just have him hide away for the third movie, which, I have like a whole idea planned out for the third movie, which, it's inspired by the, what if episode 1 didn't suck video. If you've never seen that, check that out. It's pretty cool. But, it's like, what if Dark Knight Rises didn't suck? I don't think Dark Knight Rises sucks, but it definitely was not the quality that Dark Knight was. That's for sure. Yeah, take Two-Face's death out. Take out the sonar shit. Have Joker just announce his presence, say, I'm going to blow these people up. Come and stop me, or, you felt Gotham. And just have a really good fight between the Joker and Batman. And that's how you could have fixed the fucking ending of The Dark Knight. And it would have been a hell of a lot better movie, I think. I mean, sure, there's the great moment with Two-Face where he's in the car with Maroni. And I think it's Maroni. I'm not sure. All the goons are weird. But he flips the coin. He's like, you're a lucky man. Flips it. Oh, he's not who? Your driver. That's a cool moment. You could absolutely keep that if you wanted to as Two-Face is getting away. Then after that, he disappears. You know? You could work that in because that's a cool moment. But I do think the ending of The Dark Knight is very, very flawed. And it is the worst part of the movie. And it really brings the movie down for me. And, well, not really, but it's like the one stain. So I really do stop after the hospital scene. And, yeah. I still think the movie is fantastic. It's one of the greatest comic movies of all time. It should be absolutely watched by anyone. But hopefully you found this video informative. Hopefully you enjoyed my rant. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave the comments down below. And hopefully you understood what I'm coming from when I said the ending sucks. But, no fanboy rants. Sorry. Bye.